Here we go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome to this sacred divine space. Today we have a really huge and amazing live prepared for you all. It's so huge and massive that we even have the private 144 group here to hold space with us, and I'm so grateful and happy to have them here. Actually, that's all that comes. Anastacia, do you have anything to share? Ooh. Take a pause and a breath. Allow this time and space to ground in. Massive energies at play at this moment. Marinella, is Anastacia on your screen?
No, I've lost her. You lost her as well?
We have lost her.
Wow.
Give us just a moment, everybody. This is very indicative of the energies. Just a moment, please.
Okay, this is saying live, and I don't want this to be live. Does it say live to you, Chris?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Yes, it says live.
Did you hear and see any of that? Yeah, I can see on here it's been going for a little while. What did you fill me in on? What came through being live?
You've disappeared off the screen.
So you've been sitting there holding the space.
Yes.
So yeah, really, I just introduced everybody in the show, Anastacia, and then
Yep.
we held space. Yeah, and just asked everybody to take a breath as we as these massive energies. You know, it's very indicative of what's going on right now. You know, so.
Well, Michael just come to because he's inside. So hi, everybody. This is great to be live. And I'm actually live, and I'm going to keep it here now. I'm live on my Anastacia Compos public Facebook. I'm not on the Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide. That's where we're streaming to, everybody. And I'm not going to cancel this. I'm not going to get everyone to step out, redo it, and go back in on that page. I'm going to leave it here because it's come up on my personal timeline for a reason. So I just I'm just going with the spinning out flow with everything here, just adjusting to that. So I just wrote that and I read this out, and then Michael come out and said, we've lost you. I'm like, wow. So the crazy energies that everybody's feeling at the moment are very indicative of what I just shared. This was meant to be on my public page, Anastacia, Blue Beyond Guide. This was, I sort of let everybody know that we're going to come on live and bring through a divine healing. And then it happens to be on my personal timeline. And I usually keep the Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide stuff a little bit separate from my personal private timeline. Yet today, we're not going to do that today. It's just going to be, everything is going to be here because there's nothing to hide. This is about being free and being free to be me. And I have these amazing other people with me that everybody is part of a private Facebook group that we're all a part of we all have our own lives. We're all in our own spaces, and we come together in this private group where I share what's happening with the world and energies and what comes through. And it gives us all a chance to come together, to breathe, to have a safe space to land. Chris, what's a little bit more about the private New Earth Paradigm private group?
The group is a group that's unique to itself. And this is what I feel, because it's a group that's truly allowed us to feel safe and comfortable as we step into our mastership, because the one thing I was actually going over the other day is it's so amazing that there's so many of us from different parts of the world, yet at the same time we're also very similar, and we've all faced so many things, the same things in our own journey, and so now it's like even indicative of having them all here together with us today. It's like we're all stepping up, to shine our light more and to bring this to the human embodiment. It's living our words that we've spoken for so long. We've gone through so much preparation, and now I feel like we're all here holding this space together as a unity, as community, as a family, and bringing through these higher dimensional energies.
Wow, that's huge, huge. Marinella, what do you feel with us coming into that group? Because I'm getting today, I want to keep it simple and just say, there are groups of us that are coming together. This is what people don't see when they see all the frustration in the outside world. They're not realizing that we're from all over the world coming together, and there is people reconnecting in new ways behind the scenes. And what I've been saying lately is I'm seeing black and white with people. I'm getting one extreme to the other. I'm getting someone that's providing me service that it was so unhelpful, so rude, so just not with it. And then in the next breath, I get another person that is so polite, so nice, so helpful. You go, well, how can that be? Never before have I ever seen such a huge polarity difference of people with what's happening with the COVID in the last couple of years, what it's brought in, this separation that had to happen. So these people that will see this and watch this on my timeline, whether you know from past times or recent times, so much love and blessings to you for taking the time to get on. This is pretty raw and real and down to earth. And we've got David with us at the moment saying hola, and Bella, nice to see you, Shining Tribe, blessings from Bella. Okay, there's a big shift of energy happening right now. So I asked you, Marinella, but I didn't give you a chance yet, did I? Because the energies, I just had to clear, as we know. I just had to clear those energies that basically we come together and we're choosing to be here today. Marinella, is something else that you'd like to share as well? Whew.
Coming into this group, it's allowing us to blossom is the word that comes to mind, and allowing to be ourselves. And that is what's helping so many of us individually and as a group. And just to come together with like-minded people, to me, makes all the difference, because this is what's allowing me to be myself, as you say, warts and all, and express myself and be in a safe space, as Chris said. So to me, it's just this blossoming, and I see the seed just growing and the sprout and plant coming out of the soil. And that's the vision that I got a few weeks ago. So
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So today, we usually do every 2 weeks. I usually hold a co-creating video with Chris, and we have different people that come in. And this today is the 2 weekly, because there's so much going on in what we call the Phoenix resurrection energies. This is like closing a portal of energy from the 17th of April, because we've got a total lunar eclipse at the moment. There's also what we call a retrograde. There's a lot of words to say it's retrograde, it's this, it's that, it's a resurrection, it's a phoenix, and we're feeling this and doing that. And what we do is we really get to the nitty gritty of all those words and terms, and we keep it very real in the human being, grounding in, realizing that we are responsible for our human physical body as part of us being here, and just being you is enough. It's a reminder in shining your light. Okay, this big shift of energies happening. So when it came to do today, I was guided to ask Marinella to come and join for this one. And I said to Chris, I don't know what we're going to be talking about. And Chris said, the universe will bring something, you know, special for you. And sure enough, yesterday I haven't even had a moment to message this soul back that messaged me on the Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide Facebook page messages. And she wrote something to me, and I get a lot of messages, and I usually have a standard reply that directs people to email, and, you know, it's not always possible to reply to everybody. That's why all these videos, it's up for each person. And then if you want something further, there's a website, you could do something. There's gatherings, there's super master classes, there's lots of things you can do. However, this one was different. This one is really important, and I've been guided to read this out now. I was going to talk about Shakina's post about the energies. We were going to talk about Celia Fenn's update on the energies. I'm really guided to focus on this message that this soul sent me, because this is not the first time I've read or I've heard about a similar story, and this seems to be the highlight at the moment. So I'm getting to go straight through this with this, Chris and Marinella. You're good to go with that? It's just flowing through for me to share about what this person wrote, because we need to discuss this, to table this, to address this from a bigger space, because this is just not a 5-minute answer. When someone says, I'll read the whole thing so you can feel their energy. Hello, I just stumbled over you, Anastacia, and I felt the impulse to write to you. And that happens quite often, because this is a pure vessel channel. As a trailblazer ascension peer for humanity of pure divine light, it will attract moths like a clarion call for those souls and Blu-rays, and it will also mirror back the shit that people are carrying on them from other stuff. It has a double effect. So one learns to try and get a tough skin the more you grow and be honest and voice. It's a journey, definitely. And she wrote, I want to ask you if you or maybe somebody you know can help to tell me what I'm here to do in this world. No small feat there. I just lost all my money to internet scammers for the second time, in brackets, not the same ones though, and I'm scared and broken. I always have the best of intentions of what I want to do with my money. My dream is to create an orphanage coupled with an animal shelter, coupled with a sober house for people after therapy. I think we are all here to help each other and work together. But somehow universe doesn't want me to have money. What should I do? I'm sorry that I just write you like that, but I would love to have some guidance I can trust. Beautiful message, beautiful sincerity, felt that. Marinella, what did you feel when I shared that with you? Dibba. Now, what did you feel? What did you feel emotionally when I shared that with you?
Tears came, as you know, when you shared that. Tears. I feel that everyone at some stage in our life have been at a low point where we wonder all those questions she's asking. So to me, I was feeling her pain and just tears.
It's beautiful.
And you did say to me, well, lucky I read it now.
Yeah, we needed to shift that because
Too.
yeah.
Mm.
You go.
It just made me emotional. It was just a huge, my heart went out to her basically. But it is a big learning for all of us. What was a big learning for me. With something big like that, when it happens in our lives, it is very hard to be grateful and step back and see the blessings. Though that's one of the first things that I feel with this.
A big golden dragon just came in behind you to support you then?
It's the growth and the learning that you get from something like that. And I've always learned, and I've always done this myself, when you're feeling really down and everything seems hopeless, in that moment, and I'm getting emotional. That's the moment that you thank God and you are grateful, because that's the turning point in your life to become a better person, to be better for the people around you, and to really get the fruit and the seeds of what that situation is teaching us or teaching you.
Yes, beautiful. What is that situation teaching this beautiful soul? Chris, what was your response for this?
You know, when I first read it, Anastasia, I first felt her heart and her sincerity because, and I also felt, you know, myself within her, because so much of us have felt that way along our journey. You know, we've hit that point. We've had them questions, you know, it's like, and it's like, how the hell do we find the answers? And, you know, it's like you said before, a lot of the times it's reaching that point of breaking down to break through. And I kind of feel like that's where this soul has been, the point that they've been brought to, you know, because it's hard to go through these, you know, tough situations in our lives, but it's like exactly like Marinella said, it's truly for our benefit if we can kind of step back and observe why it's happening to us. Because, you know, it's like I've heard that saying, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And so it's just stepping out of that victimhood, you know, mentality and into your power more. Because like for me, I know, like in the past when I was feeling like that, I was like really feeling without power, or, you know, like a loss of power. And it's like you said before too, you know, you wouldn't have left yourself without an out, you know, you're not without power. So yeah.
Thank you. Boom. Number one, that absolutely, that is something that comes up. You would not have come this far, because even David wrote, wide open, people struggle with money. Well, listen to hear what we're sharing here. There is so much infinite abundance for us when we realize the abundance starts from within, with our direct link in faith and trust. Cannot say that enough. It is about that. 100,000%. So if you then and then go through all the doubts, why is that happening? All that you've got to feel through and listen to your head and push through all of that to get in here. Okay, something's happening now. Because Chris, what you shared with me is what you said, and you wrote, they've been taken to a point where they're now seeking to understand their role and purpose and assisting humanity and what they're here to do. And in some ways, we're looking for someone outside to give us the answer. Tells me instead of something like, help me to discover, that maybe just me with the words, as I can't expect everyone to be mindful of their words, but this is happening to them for a second time, is without a doubt for a reason, is showing them something different and redirecting them towards a different path or modality, if you will. Feeling of loss of power or without power. And you wrote that's an absolutely beautiful dream right now, but right now we need to take everything in small bits or we'll never get anything accomplished. The universe wants us to have everything. And the only thing that blocks that is either not being in alignment with their mindset or heart set towards money and abundance. So there really just isn't one thing, but ultimately it begins and all comes from ourselves and from within. No blaming the universe, LOL. That sums up your response to that, which was beautiful.
Yep.
So when I read this is not the first person and that has had money scammed off them, and I spent a year with somebody once a week in 2-hour divine healings once a week for a whole year. And this is about, what is your lesson from this? What are you learning from this? What is the divine? Okay, it's big shift happening. Marinella, Chris, is something you want to add? Something's shifting here. Whew. We're helping shifting the energy blocks of this soul right now. And anyone else that has any financial or lack of or issues to uptake for yourself, from you to you, we're just holding space here to help you release and shift this for yourself right now. Whoa. I will say, with the souls that have the dreams of, and it's beautiful, the dreams are beautiful. What I'm seeing is souls like this soul that have dreams and they have the visions, and I'm going to be very brave. And then Chris just got booted, that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to be very brave and say here, let go of those dreams. I'm going to be very brave in saying that. Chris, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let go of the dreams, because I'm saying that to each soul. Doesn't mean don't dream, but it's saying, what has that dream and that vision worked for you? Have a look at the discord in what you're saying, and you're focusing on the outside and that dream. And I get it. I've been bloody working my butt and ass off with humanity for 26 years, behind the scenes, blazing a trail when there was no fucking trail, doing it firstly. That's just how it is. And I did that in the human, in the military, making new rules in the parliament for all other females in Australia. So I really live the words that I speak. I don't use these lightly. So now I'm going to hit record. So that whole time, whoever saw that, that was not recorded. That just, wow, that's amazing. So now we're recording from here. That is how much energy we had to shift. So let me keep going. I will say, and I will stand by this again, to those of you that are struggling, to those of you like this beautiful soul that feeling what's the universe's gets me, there's a block. No, it's not. We are creating a new earth energy. Okay, everyone writes about it, but who gets to the nitty-gritty? Some of us probably do. So what you've done for so long and the way you've done it, as Chris wrote, you need to find and create another and new way. This is still ongoing. People will write the words and then keep moving on to what? We're still, from January, February, March, updates that I've written about the Phoenix Resurrection, they're all still happening now. We've got to slow down to catch up with ourselves. Marinella, Chris, did you want to share something? I'm feeling your guys' energies all interacting here, so I just need to take a moment. You're all resonating to this really strongly. Chris and Marinella, did you want to share something? Whew.
Yeah, coming back to yourself. That's really important. It is coming back to yourself.
Thank you. Because sorry, I was going to say, remember what Joey said to me the other day when I was telling you yesterday, Marinella, about Joey was mucking around saying, and what's the point of it all, what everything, Mum? And I said, oh, because we're here, because I was reading a bit about this place. I said, oh, because I'm here to come home. I'm here to come and love myself. And I was generally mentioned, I'm here to come and learn to love myself.
Yes.
And all else flows from there. In that answer to that and anyone else, it's about, don't just poo-hoo it and fob it off. Oh, yeah, I love myself. I do this. No, really learning to get conscious with every every moment to be conscious all the time is a big thing to do. Very, very challenging to feel, release everything that your head, the record player in the head is going over and over. We've got imprints from childhood, that things that we're needing to, you know, the pebble, put the carpet over the top and keep moving spiritually. There are some things we will no longer be able to go into like we used to, masters, but only those of you that have been sending for a while will understand that fully. It's not for a newbie to come in and go, oh, I'll just cover that and just keep going and raise above and be detached and not be grounded. No, 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 no. This isn't light stuff we're doing here. This is more like for seasoned veterans, but it's also welcome to new souls that are newly awake, because you feel the vibe, you feel the unconditional love, and you feel the energies, and that's enough. Everyone's here for a reason. So I'll just need to take a moment, Marinella, if you want to keep going, darling. Thank you for letting me shift that.
Sitting with the uncomfortable bits. It's feeling the yucky. You know,
yes.
As funny as it seems, that's where the gold is. It's moving through.
And everyone writes about it, and people write about this, Marinella, but how many actually do it? That's the difference. It's the being raw and real about it, and having a bitch and a whinge about the energies, yet coming from a space of, whew, thank God I went through that one. Like, that's what I'm talking, really core real, because at the moment we are dealing with an energy that is so core deep that for many of us, it goes back to our first incarnation wounding. That's massive. And we just don't write about it, move on because of the next moon or the next retrograde. Every week, every month, there'll be another retrograde. There'll be another conjunction. There'll be another moon. There'll be another event. There'll be another something. That is ongoing. And people get caught up in that hype and then that slow the fuck down. Where are you with your rawness? When was the last time you took a breath? Recently? Tilt your head back if you wish. To do what I call a galactic breath. I'm feeling all of the energies here, and I'm slowing us all down. Not me. We're all working together. New unity is community. Each one of you beautiful souls on here today, thank you so much for allowing us to see your beautiful faces and energies. Being here, thank you. You are such a blessing and a gift to humanity. In coming on here has taken a lot for many of you to be on this cameras, to share our energy, because we need to be seen, heard, and felt now. In being free to be me. Big shift. So have your dreams, have them in alignment of you first in here, not outside of you. I know people want the vision. They want the new earth created. Bless you, Trina, Teeny, for that beautiful email, those visions and everything you want to do. But I want to say it starts with micro baby steps and coming home in you here and looking after you firstly. When, and answer again to that, when you water of your, the self from the well first, then you can water others. It comes back to that. And the universe is definitely showing you something. It's not against you at all. So I'm not going to focus any more energy. Energy is releasing off that. Chris Marinella, is there anything else you wanted to say?
I'll just add, Anastacia, that I feel it's so important, like you're saying, to really focus on ourselves. And as you were saying a minute ago, you know, truly love ourselves, because it's easy to say when things are good, you see like others, like for whatever, like things are good, I'm grateful, you know. But it's like once things turn, then it turns a different way. And it's like, for me, it's like that true self-love is when we're in our darkest moments, when we're pissed off, you know, or when we're feeling depressed or whatever. That's when we need that self-love the most. And then, you know, as we turn our focus into ourselves, we have that energy to give back to ourselves, because so many of us find it so easy these days to, you know, focus outwards with so much that's going on in the world, or even ascension. Like you were saying, so many get caught up in the dates and the retrogrades and this and that. And really it's about tuning into ourselves. And yeah, all these energies are going on, and they're probably going to continue to step up, but it's us that are to hold, you know, that ground, that secure space within ourselves, you know, that eye of the storm is what I feel.
Thank you. It feels beautiful. Marinella, something you want to share with
What
that?
comes when Chris said that was when you feel strong within yourself and you are 100% there for yourself, you won't fall for anything that's outside of you that's not true.
Whoa, that's massive. Now, people are going to say to that, it's interesting you said that, because the next thing I want to read was what you said is, I've written here, your belief in yourself is your biggest energy protection masters. So from what you just said, Marinella, yes, if they were trusting outside of them, that those people were going to look after them, that's the big one. That's the common one, is outside of them and trusting others. I have a saying, mistrust every energy, mistrust everybody, protect your heart of hearts first. They need to earn their protection. That protection. They need to earn your trust. You need to self-protect. There's another answer. So somewhere they trusted in somewhere outside of them. And a lot of people are beautiful and innocent and putting that love and trust out in others. The message is to mirror back and bring that energy back in. Your belief in yourself is your biggest energy protection. And if you're not sure, start writing. Get a pen and write every day to get that energy grounding in for you. Because from there, we utilize other methods to assist us to keep our energies clear. It's not just let go with self-abandon and drift off and not be grounded. And it takes conscious effort to want to remain and be here as a human body in what people might call a fucked up world on the outside. And that's okay. It's our reality. It's our world. It's here. It's about you staying in your safe, sacred space with everything that's going on, and trust there's a bigger picture going on. And if you look outside every time, you'll get so depressed and so stressed. We've got to keep reminding ourselves. You have so many videos that you have access to that we can help support you, that these beautiful souls and I on YouTube, Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide, there are so many links for you to link into, for you to help yourself when you're ready. There's something releasing here. This is an energy portal wind up today from the 17th of April. So I'm going to kick up a few notches in the spiritual healings that I'm going to come through now, everybody. So again, I am conscious and aware that people that know me from all walks of life will see this, and I'm on here and move my hands around and talk about dragon energies, and it just is what it is. Go with it. You don't like it, well, you won't be here if you don't like it. If you don't understand, you just, whatever, just feel. Just feel. Insanity in surrendering to the nutso world out there is a congratulations moment. It means you've let go of control of what you can't control. When we surrender and just go, it is so fucking nuts out there. It is just over the top. You bet it is. When you get to that and you laugh, because you know in here, there's a new earth energy coming in, and there's many of us here that are creating it together. That's what you need to focus on. Okay? Because we've got to let go of control what we can't control. And hasn't COVID given us the greatest event, divine ascension, that all has happened to benefit us, to bring that dark shit to light? And the dark stuff is still coming up. It'll be more than what we can do in our lifetime. So honestly, it really is to that point. Really, really surrender. I shared recently the video from Alex Collier from 1994. I keep saying to people, go back and watch 15 minutes of it. It can change your life. Excuse me. Throat. Wow. That's big. So throat releasing. There it goes. Picture a big golden diamond here in our throat, everybody. I've been given a big golden diamond to place here. Today is a new beginning. We are working on the solar plexus as well as the throat. Because it's be free to be me, free from domination from our solar plexus gut, which is linked to our throat. So we need to verbalize and voice. I had someone feel the link of the energy from the solar plexus to the golden diamond in the throat and out, and see black gunk releasing out. That's the vision to go with this. When I was talking to someone recently that was tuned in at Mind Body Spirit Festival and spoke to her afterwards, and she just sat there looking at me and she said, I know what it is with your energy. You're free. I said, oh, thank you. Yes, I am, because I don't have a filter. I don't hold back. It's taken me a long time to learn to be free to be me. So that is the energy. And today is a clearing, a closure, and an opening of a new portal of energy for yourself, with humanity leading the way through yourself. Being you is enough. Energy is whooshing through. Marinella, Chris, is there anything you want to share? It's gotten very hot now.
So I'll share that basically
We've lost Chris.
Basically nothing.
I'll just say while Chris is coming back.
Yeah, darling.
That just being in the moment, how vital, and the slowing down that you talk about is just means so much. Just us sitting in silence this morning is really what helped us push through. But also when we're rushing, you're missing the signs, you're missing if there's numbers, you're missing if, you know, as small as, you know, if it's an animal, insect that's there by your side, you know, when you're rushing, you'll miss if someone says, you know, something that's really important that's coming through.
Yes.
So
100%. That's living in the flow completely. What you're saying, that years ago, that just reminded me of memory when I was talking to somebody before I knew much about putting words to what you just said. And that's how I was living. And I wasn't finding anyone else living like that, Marinella, in the earlier days. And she said, oh, so you mean you look at all the number, everything, and then you slow down and you feel them? I said, oh, absolutely. And I just, that's where we need to be. And it just reminded me when that lady said that. It was really nice to hear you mention that. Yes, it is really slow. There's no rush. There's no competition. There's what are you rushing for? It really is about slowing down with all, and constantly reminding ourselves to slow down as well, because we're so used to go, 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 go.
And one other thing, Stage, that came through for me with a blessing, what she said, is that when you're focusing on just the one dream and you're putting your energy into that, what other dreams are you perhaps missing? So I love when you taught us to just let go of all our dreams, let go of what was in the old timeline perhaps. And I've seen that when I've done that, all these other new dreams are popping up. And when you read that to me about her, I'm like, well, how beautiful to just let go of what we thought, or the way we thought it had to be, and step back and allow the new and new dreams, and not lock the others out just by concentrating on just this. That's one.
That's a clincher. That's a clincher. And that can be hidden. That was so powerful. That was so powerful, Marinella, because that can be hidden inside as a recording that we do not realize. So it's one thing to know it and for us to speak about it, but to apply it to yourself is a different thing. Everybody, apply this to yourself. Listen, do you have dreams underneath that you still got going that you want to do? You may be very surprised because it takes a lot. We've still got the rest of the year of surrender, 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 let go of the dreams. It's an ongoing process. And as you said, and what it is, the new ones are not like the old ones. Aren't they different, Marinella? The old ones are like these big chunks, right? And when we surrender the big chunks, what happens with the new ones, it's little that will make the bigger chunks. And what we're doing is facing, like in that email, what that message she wrote, she was focusing on all those big stuff. And I want to see this and I want to do that. And what happened here? There was nothing. There was no energy here for that foundation to create together with the universe for your soul's journey in alignment. Because when we are in alignment with what we want to bring through for humanity with our passion, everybody, the universe cannot bring it to you quick enough. It can have, that's where the magic happens. And that's where the magic and the things just appear when we slow down. And I'm getting to wind up a bit here, people. When we slow down and we're in alignment, it really is about slowing down, feeling. You can't do any of this unless you're feeling emotionally. And what can happen is we cannot have what's called, I call it like a glass wall between our spirit and soul is what, excuse me again, the throat comes up a lot. It's in one of the essences, I can't quite recall it, where there's this glass pane between our spirit and our soul. Excuse me again, this is full on. Can't make it up, can you? Give me a moment. That's really red raw now. It's really hurting. Massive throat chakra upgrade here. Did not know or expect that was going to happen. So I need to keep shifting energies now. That's really deep and intense, that. Whew. So, wow. Big bush of energy, big heaviness releasing. So I'm going to go over lightly about some things. Chris, did you want to share anything? I was just going to go over a little bit about the current energies and then I'm getting to close off. Is there anything coming for you at the moment?
I'll just share something real quick with the dreams as you guys are referring to.
Yes, please.
And for me, kind of the way I'm beginning to see it for myself is almost like the vision of a magnet, you know, like I feel like if I'm trying and pushing to get to my dreams, I'm pushing them further away. And I'm feeling like now it's the time to surrender and be like a magnet and draw, you know, allow that space and draw those blessings to you to feel that, because it's really building it from the ground up in the human. You know, it's like we could have these dreams in our minds or in spirit or whatever, or even have visions that have come to us or whatever. But it takes that grounding in the human as well to make it a reality. And there's steps that we must take in small bits.
That's a good question, because David just wrote, what if you don't know what you want to do next? I could answer that. So you answer that. What if you don't know what you want to do next? What would you say?
Ooh, I would
you just
honestly
answered it, really. You just answered is what I'm saying. Sorry, you were in your own space and I apologize. What if you don't know what you want to do next? Well, you don't think about it. You take a moment, you stop and you do what Chris just said. You slow down and you feel and you ask, you ask the universe, help me to help myself. And what is it that I want to feel to do next with my soul's journey? Wow. Has anyone stopped and asked that? That's what I'd be doing, David, is ask, feel into it. Allow the space for the new to come out of the head and the thinking of what I want to do next. I don't know. Well, you won't know while you're coming from that space. It's really in here. You will feel and know it, and it'll present some opportunities for you to look at what it is you need to clear to get that right connection and communication with yourself. And everything else you said, Chris, was leading up to that.
Yeah.
A lot of things that people ask can be, this is nothing to do with this person just asking, I'm talking about the past, can be from a 3D energy space, can be from the head. So when people will say, I don't know what to do with my life, what is my mission, what am I purpose? What is my role? Well, I answered very simply with my son the other day, oh, I'm here to learn to love myself. There's a lot to it. That's the umbrella.
You allow the old to fall away for the new to come through.
Say that again, darling.
Allow the old to fall away to allow the new to come through.
That's a process. That's a grieving process. That's a letting go process. That process can take months. I know it is for transformation. It's taken me all this year to transform. So, you know, what are you laughing at? Yeah.
I was looking at Grace, she agreed.
Yeah, I felt her energy before. I was looking for her. So just a reminder, at the moment, there's a conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune. There's a Mars retrograde energy. I will say that this is a once a lifetime occurrence. We've had these other ones once a lifetime. However, it hasn't happened since 1856. This is a transit for the ages. It will take time for unfolding in your life and spirit. This happened in April. Throughout this year will be an overlighting theme of higher spiritual awakening and expansion. Blue rays are sensitive empaths whose element is water, and their receptivity and mission are facilitated by the sacred divine feminine. So they were saying, Shakina is saying, you will feel these celestial and stellar events through your existence, and practically everything will be affected in some manner. So lo and behold, that was my son ringing through, talking about him. So Celia has shared where this is total lunar eclipse. Pluto, Mercury retrograde. This will not be an easy time. We are journeying through the shadowlands. We may encounter personal, collective shadow issues. Absolutely, absolutely. You may feel depressed. This is old stuff being released. You may be feeling sadness in the collective very much. This is, as I shared in previous videos, and as Patricia Coder-Roble said, never before has so much light with this on the 17th of April. The Easter, the Phoenix resurrection, the Ishtar energies never has so much light flooded the planet in one lot. And that's because with what I brought through and shared, this was of a family energy this time. That's why. So this the energies and everything you've been feeling and processing is generational, is past lifetime. But don't get caught up with, oh, could it be part? No, just know. Have an awareness of that you're releasing generation. Have awareness that you're releasing past lifetimes, but stay in the current, very now and present moment. Have faith and trust. Believe and know that the light has already won. However, Earth and coming here and choosing to come and embody as a human being in this lifetime was such a massive challenge that this is the toughest gig. Out of all the galaxies and planets and ascension, coming here, and this is in that Alex Collier video, is one of the toughest gigs many of us are outliving. We've outlived past lifetimes. So just take this in. This is a ninth dimensional upgrade happening right now. You've gone further than you have any other lifetime before. What a massive achievement. You being here and alive right now, I'm here to remind you of this, that if you don't have enough love and self-love for yourself, we've got enough. We've got enough for all of you. And they're in every video. It's coming through the unconditional love. There is a bigger plan. There is more going on. When you surrender and let go of that and go, yeehaw, I'm going to have a fucking yuck it up time in the best way that I can with the intensity of all the energies that are coming through. We're here for a short time. We really, really are. And maybe because I'm a bit older, maybe because I've been going through behind the scenes for so long, for 26 years consciously, to still be here with you all, still sharing. as you're learning and growing into fifth dimensional energies. I've been the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've come back and I'm remaining here, yet I'm not further than you. We're side by side. It's important I say that. But the way has been paved through and cleared. It's not lost. There is so much magic. It's not lost hope and faith. It's where are you with your deep divine inner connection with you? And if you don't have enough love for you, well, I do. And I know many other beautiful souls here that come here today have enough as well. And that's our anchor, and that's how we get through, because new unity in community is how we create our new earth, people. This is not a business. So many spiritual people are looking to do a business and they're wondering why it's not working. Are you coming from your heart and your passion? That's what will take off and fly. That. Okay, so it's that coming home to you. So we'll go in a couple of minutes. And I just want to take a minute because that was pretty big. And Diane saying, thank you one and all for your guidance and service to others. Thank you, Diane, as well. You're right here with us. Johnny watching on Facebook. Thank you for live streaming. Well, that was a story. If you watch the beginning of this, Johnny was meant to be on the Anastacia Beyond God page. And then I disappeared and I'm talking to nobody. And then Michael comes from the next room and he says, hey, listen, you dropped off. Oh, shit. And then I come back on and then it's on my timeline on Facebook. I love how that rolls. And, you know, never mistake this gentleness. And same with you. Like I play the fool and I'll have me herbal cigarettes and I'll laugh and I'll be emotional, but don't fuck with me when it comes with of the light and love and passion of unconditional love, fierce dragon roaring of unconditional love, that I will say it as it is. And you need to say it as it is, coming from unconditional love. That's where you get to be free. It's when you get brave. You learn to be brave enough to step into that. And there's enough love here for all of you to help yourself. That's ultimately from me. Chris and Marinella, is there anything else you'd like to say? The pitch is shifting, masculine, feminine, beautiful upgrade and balance coming in right now.
Marinella, do you want to go first? Are you okay?
I would like to share and finish off on the note that Shakina's written a little bit about the mind and the intuition, and what she's written, it's probably easier for me to read it.
Yep.
I just love it. Many of these symptoms are generated by the uprising of freedom and expansion through the sacred divine feminine essence, a new way and flow that begins the liberation of your spirit, allowing intuition to take the fore, remembering that the intellect was meant to serve the intuition and not vice versa. I love that.
I remember reading that, and that's being spiritually mindful consciously. And a lot of people do spirituality from the intellect. Can you read that last bit again? That was really powerful, please.
To remembering that the intellect was meant to serve the intuition and not vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
intuition every time.
Flow from our gut and what we're feeling, our intuition, and then allow our intellect to assist us with that. And that's where the flow comes in.
Beautiful. Spiritually mindful consciously. That's my term for that.
Yeah.
Spiritually mindful consciously. Chris.
And I'll just finish up, Anastasia, with what I was going to share before I got kicked off. And what I was going to say is, you know, we're all living right now in sort of this huge, you know, madhouse, really. And so I feel like you were just saying, you know, we have that space now to just be ourselves, because everything's so full on and, you know, just over the top, just nuts, that why can't we feel comfortable and just feeling, you know, our own crazy self? Because look at the outside world. But in that, you know, whenever the pressures do become to feel like too heavy or too burdensome, like for me, the one main thing is finding the small thing, you know, slowing down and finding the small things to give gratitude for, because that truly helps in shifting that why am I even here? What's this all for? Because I assure you that we are here for a greater purpose and role. We are shifting this reality. We are shifting this humanity, this planet. And it's like Anastacia said, it's never been done in this way before. So, it's truly a blessing to be here. And it's our reality right now is where our focus is at, is the way I see it. And we could choose to see the world in falling apart and going to hell, or we could choose to see it as us creating this new earth reality and, based on unconditional love and unity. And so, yeah, with that, I just finished and thank you all for being here and joining us, and wait to see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Hope that wasn't too fast.
No, it was beautiful. It was, I just was enjoying feeling the flow of that energy. And I'm reading from what I've written here. 3D energy cannot come through the eye of the needle with 5D. Resurrection, change, new, just beginning. Pull back, time for peace and learning, let go and do this for fun. Slow down, embody the physical of gratefulness, gratitude. And I know that you said, and people can skip when you said it is really slowing down and being grateful for the one thing, but people will skip that, Chris.
Even I have.
Yeah. And it's that consciousness to remind yourself to be grateful, and it'll bring you back every time, that one thing. So, in April, I was sharing about deep patterns need to shift. The old simply cannot go through to the new in an older way. And that was why winding this up about the old dreams, and a message to that beautiful soul. What a beautiful upgrading healing for that soul that sent me the message. I will send her a copy of this video that I'll put to YouTube as well. And it's for anybody that asks what she did that we mentioned at the beginning. And I've written here also, things will divide and split as they need to. This is new. We've never had so much light flood to our planet of our resurrection phoenix family energies. Things will divide and split, and they need to. It is all energy after all. And your biggest thing to look to work with, also I'll finish off, is your protection masters. You need to renew, you need to relook at, and you need to reevaluate your self-protection with everybody in a micro moment all the time. I practice and teach and share about this, and it's something I need to be consciously all the time. Marinella, you rang me the other day, or I rang you, and I said to you, listen, I'm finding it challenging, and it is tough today, and it is a challenge to be conscious in every micro moment and questioning, why am I even here? That's right, because we're creating a new earth. So ground in and hang on and keep going. And if that's what you need to say to yourselves, do that, because I still do that. That's the raw and the reality and the realness of working with core energies from our soul back to our first incarnation. This is no small thing, you being here. You are amazing, brave, spiritual warriors for being here. And it's through our gentleness is our power every time. Bless. Thank you so much. Love to everybody. Thank you, Masters of the 144 New Earth Paradigm, for being part of this and helping to amplify and support these energies. Without you all, I also would not be here. So I am so grateful for you as well, and being here, knowing that our lives have been for a reason and a purpose in creating new earth energies in a new way like no other. There's no other groups that do what we do. And I will say that because I stand by everything I say. Bless. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time on the Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide public page, and any other updates on there that will go to the same name website. Like, share, follow, so you get notifications. Have a fantastic total lunar eclipse, all right? And have some fun. Remember, have some fun. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.